America keeps moving in auto. A Utah powerhouse, 17-time state champion. But the gym in Rich has room for an 18th banner.
Dug up by the Eagles. Lyman sets it up for Hansen. Blocked. Touched over. They're going to call it a double hit.
A school with a long tradition and legacy. A tradition and legacy of excellence, success, and, of course, championships.
Walker with the service. Stacy receives. Good pass. Cornea doesn't have to move. Wallenstein's hit. Deflected to the floor. It dropped into the donut hole. Bryce Hansen.
Rebel Volleyball is brought to you by Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On in Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunbar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau.
A quick back set to Staple. Back corner. Kendall finds the spot.
This is Rich Rebel Volleyball. Rebel fans, get comfortable, strap it down, and enjoy another broadcast of Rich Volleyball. We head down to the court to join the voice of the Rich Rebels, Matthew Peterson.
Good afternoon, Rebel fans, and welcome to Rich High for today's matchup between the Rebels and the Kemmerer Rangers. We'll have coverage going on in about a little under 20 minutes. We're having some camera issues right now, so if you're watching on My Local Radio, we are aware of the issue, and we'll get going. So just a moment here.
Best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cache Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cache Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
Welcome back to our Town of Randolph pregame show. It is now time for the Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. We apologize for some technical difficulties we had earlier on, but we have everything sorted out. Hopefully, we all know technology can be your best friend or your biggest enemy, so we should be good to go. So let's continue on here on the Town of Randolph pregame show. We're a little over 10 minutes away from our Town and Country Realty beginning serve. Contact Pam Cornea at Town and Country Realty for all of your realty need. That's Pam Cornea. All right, folks, we'll get into our Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. First up, we hear from the voice of the coach for the Rangers, Jen Nielsen.
Welcome back to the Town of Randolph pregame show. It's about time for our Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. That's Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. So, without further ado, here is Kemmerer head coach Jen Nielsen.
So, I'm here with Kemmerer head coach Jen Nielsen. Coach, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. First question I want to ask is, season is young. What can you tell me about your team?
My team has a lot of talent right now. They've been playing together for quite some time through the summer. We've got a lot of fight in us, and I think we're gonna do good things this year.
Can you tell me about your record and what kind of experience you guys have?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was just going to ask your record and what experience you guys have going into this upcoming matchup.
Okay. So right now we're 2-0 since last weekend. So we beat Farson in 3. We beat Piney in 3. So we're ready to play. We're anxious to play Rich again, have them on our schedule.
You mentioned playing Rich again. What's it like when you guys go up against the Rebels?
It's a fight. There's a history there with Kemmerer and Rich and in all athletics in Kemmerer. And so we are ready to fight and we're ready to play them.
Who are some of your key players and important seniors on the team?
Right now, my key players is Kyla Pollard. She's a senior. She is a middle hitter. She is very consistent passing, serving, hitting, and she's someone to watch out for. She places the ball in areas that you don't think that are open. Another junior to watch out for is Olivia Nielsen. She's our middle blocker. So, again, she is 6 foot, so she plays the net pretty tight.
Here with Kemmerer head coach Jen Nielsen. Coach, final question, and then I'll let you get ready for today's matchup against the Rich Rebels. So I want to ask you, Coach, what kind of things are you working on at practice? And as from a coaching perspective, from the start to the end of the season, what would you like to see the most improvement in from your side?
Right now, we're working on no balls hit the floor. Lots of hitting the floor, fighting for the ball. We're not going to stand and watch. And so that's a big thing at this moment is making sure no balls hit the floor. Again, all serves have to get over. Those are free points. So, that you give away when you hit the net. So, again, they're focusing on our serving, our passing, and no balls hitting the floor. And that'll carry on until the end of the year.
Great. Thank you so much for the time, Coach.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That's Jen Nielsen, Kemmerer head coach.
Welcome back here for our Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. We always appreciate the time that Jen Nielsen, I beg your pardon, can offer us here. And we'll continue on the Town of Randolph pregame show. We've got Rebel Volleyball getting underway in a little over 7 minutes, so keep it right here on Rebel Radio.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service, and great prices come together. Call Freeway Tire at 307-789-8632. And by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Welcome into the Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. I'm here with head coach Wendy Lamborn. Coach, let's go back to this past Thursday. You girls went up to Bear Lake, swept the Bears 3-0, but they were some close sets there. What were the nerves and the anxiety like on the sideline?
You know, it was awesome. It's always fun to play the Bears. They're kind of a little bit of our rivals, and the girls always really like to beat the Bears. So both crowds were pretty intense. It was pretty intense atmosphere, but super fun game to play.
Yeah, you got to give credit to both fan bases, students really coming out and showing really loud environment there in Montpelier. Now let's fast forward to yesterday. You girls were at Duchesne. Tell me about what happened there.
We played Duchesne yesterday. A really great match. Didn't serve our very best right off the bat, but then came back and figured it out and pulled those back in. We played really solid as a team. It was fun to see because yesterday was the first game that we've all played really well together.
You say it's the first game. You guys are no longer really in the beginning stages of this season. So what have you learned about your team that, hey, this is becoming a pattern and this is something I want to fix as we get towards the really stretch of the season?
There's a lot of little fix-it things that you can see. I don't feel like our passing was outstanding last week. And so we moved a few passers, did a few different things with some passers to see if we could get a better passing percentage. And we ended up with a 45% passing percentage versus a 32% passing percentage. So I feel like those moves were great. But our girls are really adjustable, and they seem to do really well when I ask them to do certain things. And they're just a great together team playing group.
You get ready for Kemmerer today. They come in town. What do you know about them, and what can we expect to see from them?
In all honesty, I'm not super familiar with Kemmerer. We don't see them at many tournaments. We haven't really ever played them, so this is kind of a new thing for us. So they don't have a freshman program, which is kind of a bummer for us. We like to play with a freshman program, but I don't know. We're going to go out there and see. I am a coach that just says, I don't care who's on the other side, just go beat them.
Coach, you guys went 1-1 in the tournament last weekend. You've won your now over 6 straight sets. You go back to Lyman, so we're close to 7 or 8 sets. But regardless, you guys are red hot right now. So what's fueling that, you think, the most?
Just the togetherness, the buying into the program, to doing what we ask in practice, to I don't know. Like I say, they're just a good group to work with. I don't have too many Sour Patch Kids to say. I mean, they all seem to be doing really well and just buy into whatever we got going.
Here with Rebels head coach Wendy Lamborn. Coach, final question. I'll let you get back to preparing for today's match against Kemmerer. Coach, as you wrap up against Duchesne and you come home today, what's it like playing in front of your home crowd here in 2020?
We absolutely love to play home. That's fun. And we've kind of got to get used to our schedule has got us playing almost Thursday, Friday, and Saturday every week because we don't get to play during the week like most people do. So we're kind of coming on a long road trip and then another late night. So it'll be interesting to see if they'll pull out together and play well for their fans. But they like to play for their fans. So everybody come out and support the Rebels.
Absolutely. That's 2:30 first serve. Coach, thank you as always.
Thank you.
That's Coach Wendy Lamborn here on the Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. We'll be right back on the Town of Randolph pregame show.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when 2 roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Welcome here to Rich High for today's matchup between the Rebels and the Rangers of Kemmerer. They are the visiting team. Rich entering with a 3-2 record. They're coming off a pair of wins down in Duchesne, and then on Thursday an exciting win against the Bear Lake Bears. So Rebels look to add on to their record. As for Duchesne, they enter with 2 wins and no losses according to my sources. So this will be a first-time matchup between the two sides in a while. They did not meet last year. For Kemmerer, they had a rough campaign a season ago, 12 wins and 22 losses. So they look to rebound this year, and they got off to a good start, a pair of wins to do so. We're a little over a minute away from the start according to the clock, but it's hard to estimate as things continue to shift here. Rebels and Rangers getting ready for today's matchup. We'll have the broadcast here on mylocalradio.com and on 98.3 FM K80Q. Appreciate you making Rebel Volleyball a part of your Saturday afternoon on what's turning out to be a beautiful Labor Day weekend here in Northeast Utah. So keep it right here, Rebel fans. We're going to take another quick break, and then we'll get ready for the beginning serve. That's always brought to you by Town & Country Realty. Contact Pam Cornea over there. She's the best. She's going to help you out over at Town & Country Realty. Once again, talk to Pam Cornea. All right, Rebel fans, don't go anywhere. We're just a few moments away from the start of today's matchup.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper. You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on mylocalradio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply store.
Welcome back to Rich High right now as Principal Larson is giving instructions to the fans as this will become routine for this year and hopefully just this year about the separation of fans. And speaking of the fans, that brings us into our Old Chicago Pizza pregame slice. So looking around the crowd here, I'll be the eyes and ears for you. It's not a thin crowd. It's not sparse by any means, but it's probably in the middle. I'd say it's a medium-sized crowd. So a lot of Rich Rebel fans coming in and Kemmerer fans on one side making the journey themselves. So the more I talk about it, the more I say actually it's a pretty good-sized squad here of fans for each side. So we'll have our Bear Lake Realty fan cam on later on. We are ready now, I think, for our Lutz Construction starting lineup. That's Lutz Construction, Excavation, and Equipment. Find them online at bearlake.com/Lutz. We'll first have the national anthem. We'll step aside for that, and then when we return, we'll continue our Old Chicago pregame slice.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
And we are getting close to beginning serve time here between the Rangers of Kemmerer and your Rich Rebels. As we wrap up here, our Old Chicago Pizza pregame slice. You got to go give them a visit down in Logan. It's 795 East, 1400 North in Logan. I'm telling you, as a guy who is from the Chicagoland area, I know a thing or two about good pizza, and that right there is delicious pizza. So go give them a try. The Old Chicago Pizza in Logan. They've got one in Rock Springs as well, but check out Logan. They got lots of locations. It's great pizza, great food, and that is your Old Chicago pregame slice. All right, we have our starting lineups here. And now we get into your Rich Rebels starting lineups. Rebel fans getting excited here. It is McKenna Stacy to start for the Rebels. No surprise there. She's been excellent all season long. Then Sage Tingy, another senior, joins McKenna. Annie Peer, a junior. Brittany Lamborn. Now we have two juniors in a row. Here's J.C. Cornea, the setter for the team. And then Mackenzie Smith as well, joining the other five girls for your Lutz Construction starting lineups. We should be getting ready to go here. Two sides waving to each other as that is becoming a norm in this season. But you know what? Doesn't bother me. Volleyball is volleyball. If we're keeping score, I want to be here. So I'm excited to have you with me here on this Saturday afternoon of Labor Day weekend for Rebel Volleyball. Rich coming off a 3-0 win yesterday down in Duchesne against the Eagles. And before that, they were up in Bear Lake on Thursday, where they also swept the opposition. The Bears went down 3-0 in an exciting finish. I'm sure lots of you saw it. If not, go check it out on mylocalradio.com. As we get ready to go here for the start of today's matchup. Kemmerer sends out a couple of starters, including Olivia Nelson and Jillian Tibbetts. Get the rest of the starters your way. Kyla Pollard, along with Sydney Neria, a sophomore. Both sides just talking to each other at the net right now and getting the hold up. Here we go. Brittany Lamborn is going to start things off for us here in our first set, which is always brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, serving Rich County residents for generations. Lamborn serves a good one. It's deep, handled by the libero. Kemmerer able to knock it across. Corny is setting. Stacy striking. Kemmerer able to handle it, though. The Rangers pushed it over, and it was too high up on Stacy as she knocks it out of play, and the first point goes to the Rangers. Rangers up 1-0 now in our first set. Serve goes to Smith, who has it knocked into the net, but the Rebels keep it alive, and only for Olivia Nelson to put the ball down on the Rebels' end of the court, and it's now 2-0 Rangers. Rebels down 2-0 here early on. Serve from the Rangers. Corny is setting it up. Peart hitting. Too deep, though. Point for the Rangers. They've completed the hat trick to start the game. They lead 3-0. Back to serve is Kyla Pollard, a senior and one of the key members on this Rangers team. Her serve is into the net. It's a point for the Rebels and a big one, too. They needed it to avoid going down 4-0 potentially. They trail 3-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We're in the Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. Here's the serve from the junior Annie Pert. It's a good serve, goes deep. First handled by Aspen Pollard. Setting it over, and now Lamborn hits. Passing it to Cornia, who sets up for Sage. Oh, wow, and McKenna Stacy just blasted that ball right into Aspen Pollard's face. That's going to leave a mark. And the Rebels now down 1. It's 3-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Pert serves. A good serve, handled by Pollard. Olivia Nelson just sets it over. Now Corny is setting for Lamborn, or that's Dixie Huffaker in the game. Now she hits it well, but Kemmerer able to handle it at first. Lamborn with the comprehensive family dental dig to keep it going for Rich. Stacy hits it now, and it goes to the back left corner, but the libero is there to keep it alive. Here are the Rebels, and Nelson just taps it over, and a big pancake dig by Annie Peer, a comprehensive family dental dig to help the Rebels earn the point, and we're all even at 3 apiece. Rebels score 3 in a row to level the score on the Station on Main scoreboard. Peart serves. Nelson with the dump set. Lamborn deep to handle it. Corny is setting up for Huffaker. Huffaker hits it well. It's partially tipped, but the Kemmerer Rangers keep it going. Now Nelson hitting it, and that's deflected, and it falls to the floor for a Rangers point. They retake the lead. It's 4-3 Kemmerer. Back to serve for Kemmerer. Corny is setting. Stacy striking, and she gets a Bear Lake Realty kill. She found an open patch of hardwood, and we're once again all tied up at 4 apiece. It's J.C. Cornea to serve for Rich. Our score even at 4. Cornea serves a good one, goes deep, it goes to Pollard. Setting up on the far side. Here's the set. And it's Huffaker keeping alive for Rich momentarily. Stacy poked it across, gets poked right back to her. And it's a point for Kemmerer. 5-4 Rangers over the Rebels. Rangers on the offense. And it's a point by Nelson as Lamborn could not extend enough to reach it. And now it's a 2-point margin for Kemmerer. They're up 6-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in the Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. Aspen Pollard checks out for the Rangers. Serve by Kemmerer. First handle by Stacy. She has it set back to her. Wow, what a great kill by McKenna Stacy. That's her second, or it's her third. And now the Rangers only have a 1-point lead over your Rich Rebels. It is 6-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. McKenna Stacy to serve. Barely trickles over the net, and she gets a Crawford Trough service ace. We're all even once again at 6 apiece. Served by Stacy. It's a donation to the Net Foundation. And a point for Kemmerer. They retake the lead. It's 7-6 Rangers here in the Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. Nelson serves. And that's a great serve by Nelson in between Lamborn in the front and Annie Peer in the back. Both of them thought the other player would get it. Hit the floor for a Crawford Trough service ace. Extending the lead to 2 now for Kemmerer. It's 8-6 Rangers. Serve is in. Annie Peer thought it would go out. Able to find just a sliver of that painted back line. And the lead continues to grow for the Rangers. It's now 9-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Served by Nelson. It's a tough handle for Stacy, but she pokes it across. Corny with the Comprehensive Family Dental dig, but it goes out of play and hits the floor for a Rangers point. This lead continuing to blossom for Kemmerer. We're up to 4 now. It's 10-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in our Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. Nelson serve barely gets across. Lamborn hits it over. Rangers handling it well. They're setting up to the far side. A near Epic Recreation block by Hufferker and Sage Tingy. Here come the Rangers once again, though. And that is blasted through the back end of the court for a Rebels point. It's now 10-7. Rebels within 3 here on the Station on Main scoreboard. It's Mackenzie Smith to serve for Rich. Her serve is a bit of a lollipop. It goes over. And what an epic recreation block there. Peer and Tingy getting in on the action, building the wall. And it's 10-8 Rebels, trailing the Kemmerer Rangers. If you're just joining us, it's been a little back and forth, but Rebels have yet to take the lead. Rangers setting it up, and that is shot out through the back for a Rebels point. A couple Rebel points now in a row has brought them within 1. It's 10-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Smith serves. Nelson hits. And the Rangers on their third hit can only tap it across, and that's a barely reel to kill. I think both sides thought that would go out the back end. However, it stayed in for a Rangers point. Their lead now back to 2. It's 11-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rangers retake the serve. Goes over. Both Brittany Lamborn and McKenna Stacy go for it. Both got a quarter of it, but it hit the floor. And the Rangers back up to 3. Now it's 12-9. Serve goes to Mackenzie Smith. Corny is setting. Sage Tingy hitting. It's partially blocked and then hit across, but out of play for a Rebels point. They're back within 2. It's 12-10. Rich behind on the Station on Main scoreboard. McKee checks in for Sage Tingy. Taylor McKee, a junior, to serve. One of the stronger servers on this team, and she showcases why as a missile over the net. However, what a pair of Bear Lake Comprehensive Family Dental digs. McKenna Stacy with the one to keep it going. Here we are. And that is in for a Rangers point as the Rebels momentarily had life, but ultimately it's the Rangers claiming the point, and the lead is back to 3 for Kemmerer. They are up 13-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here's Sydney Neria to serve, the sophomore for the Rangers. Cornea hitting. Here it can only bump it over. And a huge shot from Kemmerer goes wide and deep for a Rebel point. It is now 13-11. Rangers still ahead by 2. They have not relinquished the lead all set long. We've been tied momentarily, but never a Rebel lead. Lamborn serves for Rich. Rangers setting up an attack. It's McKee setting, and she sets it right to the offense who pokes it down for a Ranger point. 14-11 the score now on the Station on Main scoreboard. To serve for Kemmerer, it is Kyla Pollard. Pollard's serve is into the net for a Rebel point. A service error by the Rangers is able to bring the Rebels within 2, 14-12 now. Rebels trail. Mackenzie Smith checks out for Dixie Huffaker. Here's Annie Peart the serve. Her serve's a strong one. It's a good one. Setting up for Olivia Nelson, though, the Rangers. Lamborn hits into the ceiling. Peart keeps it alive, and all Stacy can do is backwards hit it over. Here come the Rangers on the attack. It's a Nelson striking hard. Handled by Lamborn. Cornea setting, and that's Stacy hitting a hard one of her own across. Two sides have a bit of a rally going here. It's ultimately ending with the Rangers heading into the net for a Rebel point, pushing the score to 14-13. Rebels still trail on the Station on Main scoreboard. We have a T7 propane timeout, so we'll take a timeout of our own. Keep it right here. Rebels down 1 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back to Rich High. The Rebels trail the Kemmerer Rangers 14-13 in our Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. We continue the action here as it'll be Annie Peart for Rich to serve to restart the game. Peart running, jumping, hitting, goes across. Now the Rangers setting it up for Nielsen, who has it partially blocked on the Rebel end. Cornea passing it up for Huffaker to do a little dump set across, a floater. Here come the Rangers, and they hit out the back end for a Rebel point. We're all tied at 14-14. Rebels have trailed as much as 4 in this first set. Serve goes across, setting up for Nelson, who puts it out of play. And the Rebels now have their first lead of the set. It's 15-14, Rich. Here's Annie Peart to continue serving, and she reties us as she hits it into the net. We're all even at 15s. Kenley Plowman to serve for the Rangers. Cornea setting. And from behind the 10-foot line, it was McKenna Stacy hitting it over. Peart getting it in for a pass up to Cornea, who sets it up for McKenna Stacy, who hits it too hard and too long. It's a Rangers point. They retake the lead, 16-15 now. Served by Plowman is short, handled by McKee. Cornea sets it up for McKenna Stacy, who hits it well and deep, but the Rangers keep it going, and they're able to pass it across. Peart hit it too far, went across the other end of the court. Now Cornea setting for Huffaker, and Huffaker hits it out the back end. And it's a point for the Rangers, who grow their lead back to 2, 17-15 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in the Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. It's Kenley Plowman to serve. Plowman serves, handled by Lamborn at first. Now Cornea setting for McKenna Stacy, who is going to get a Bear Lake Realty kill, as it was too much for Pollard to handle, and her pass goes into the net for a Rebel point. The lead is down to 1, 17-16, Rangers. Cornea serves, barely gets it over the net, and that is good enough for a Crawford Trough service ace to retie us at a pair of 17s. Great serve by J.C. Cornea. She serves again. This time the Rangers able to get a hand to it. Sets it up for Nelson, who blasts it too deep. And the Rebels take the point, and they take the lead, 18-17. We're going back and forth here in the Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. Serve by Cornea is a good one, her third in a row. Here come the Rangers. They have an offensive march going. Corny is setting it up for Stacy, who blasted into a wall of Rangers. It's Olivia Nelson with her tall height getting in on the block to retie us at 18. So this one's going to come down to the wire here in the first set. Cornea sets for it. She opts to do a dump set across. Thought she kept the Rangers sleeping. That's Stacy passing it up. Cornea sets for Stacy, and she hits right into the net too low by McKenna Stacy. And now it is a 19-18 lead for the Kemmerer Rangers. Coach Wendy Lamborn wants to take a T7 propane timeout, so we will do the same. Keep it right here, though. Rebels trail 19-18 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cash Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Welcome back to Rich High. Sydney Neria, the sophomore, will restart us as her team leads by 1 over the Rich Rebels. Huffaker hits. It's partially blocked and sent over by Nelson. Now the Rebels are scrambling to keep it going. Peart passes it across the net, and here come the Rangers on the attack. Nelson hitting hard, partially deflected at the wall. Cornea sets for Rich. And that's Sage Tingy hitting, and a big comprehensive family dental dig by the Rangers to keep it alive. It's on the Rebels' end of the court now. Cornea sets up for McKenna Stacy, who just passes it across. Nelson now has it blocked, an Epic Recreation block for the Rebels. Huffaker and Sage Tingy, of course, in on the action. Tingy pokes it across. Here come the Rangers with the ball in the end of their court. Peart hits up into the ceiling. The Rebels on their third hit can only do a dump set by Cornea. Rangers setting it all up for Nelson once again, and she finds the inside corner for a Ranger point. The lead's up to 2 for Kemmerer. It's 20-18 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 20-18 Kemmerer. Service goes deep for the Rebels. Cornea at the back set. Over to Sage Tingy, who sets it over. And hitting it into the net partially was Sydney Neria. Cornea setting it up for McKenna Stacy, and her shot is blocked at the net by who else other than Olivia Nelson. And that's an Epic Recreation block and a point for Kemmerer. They now lead by 3. It's 21-18 in our Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. Rangers serve deep. Cornea setting for Huffaker. She hits hard, and another Epic Recreation block by Nelson. Olivia Nelson with back-to-back blocks to get the point for the Rangers. Their lead is up to 4. It's 22-18. Service goes deep. Stacy handles it at first. Then Cornea setting for Huffaker. Huffaker just barely balloons it over. Nelson tries to do the same, but she does not give it enough muscle. It goes into the net, and the Rebels take the point. They now trail by 3, 22-19 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And Rich will serve. It's McKenna Stacy to serve for Rich. Runs, jumps, hits. Rangers passing it around, setting it up and pushing it into the corner for a point. Genesis Malone. Rebels now back to trailing by 4. It's 23-19. Olivia Nelson to serve. Nelson's serve is a strong one. Goes to Stacy deep in the middle. Lamborn can only pass it across. Setting it up on the near side. That's Neria hitting hard, and a miscommunication by the Rebels of who would get the ball. Huffaker and Lamborn both thought the other would, and that brings up set point for Kemmerer. They lead 24-19. Here's Nelson, and she hits it into the net to give the Rebels a breather and some life in the Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. 24-20, I think we've seen this one before, though. Rebels trail by 4. They were able to erase a identical deficit 2 nights ago in Bear Lake. Can they do the same now? Smith hits across on her serve. Here come the Rangers, and they blast it into the net. The Rebels keep it going. It's 24-21. Rich keeping it alive on set point for Kemmerer. Mackenzie Smith to serve for Rich. Her serve's a low one, but it's able to get across. Rangers setting it around and preparing for a march. And an epic recreation block by Sage Tingy and Andy Peer. The two of them combining to get the point for Rich, and it's 24-22 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And now it's Coach Nielsen for Kemmerer wants a timeout to talk things over. We'll take a break of our own. Keep it right here for all things Rebel Volleyball, 24-22 Rangers.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
Welcome back to Rich. It's 24-22 Rangers over the Rebels in our first set. Here is Mackenzie Smith to serve. Her serve's a good one. It is rainbowed over to the far corner, and the Rangers face a wall by the Rebels. That's 3 in a row blocks. Here's Annie Peart hitting. It's partially tipped up by Nelson, and now it's stuck at the top of the net. Rebels poke it across. Corny with a huge comprehensive family density. And another one. Are you kidding me? 2 ginormous digs to keep it alive. A pair of pancakes on the floor. Rebels now at the ball and they're in the court. Corny is setting up for Peart. It's blocked up by Nelson. Here come the Rangers on the march of their own. And that's in for a point. Wow, what a rally that was. Cornea and Stacy going for great digs to keep it alive momentarily, but ultimately it's the Rangers who claim the 25th point, and they now take the first set 25-22 after one here in Rich. Rangers lead to 1-0. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with our second set, so don't go far, Rebel fans. We'll keep it here on Rebel Radio 98.3 FM and at mylocalradio.com.
2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when 2 roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to Rich High. If you're just joining us, the Rebels dropped the first set to the Kemmerer Rangers, 25-22. My cameraman Rob Leifson has some stats for you, so allow me to pass them on to you. Rebels had 4 kills and 2 aces. Meanwhile, Kemmerer, they really made the most of their offensive opportunities. 11 kills and 3 aces. Pretty clean game, though. Only 2 service errors for Rich and 3 for Kemmerer, and that's the story of how we got to our 25-22 score for the Auto Farm Chevrolet first set. We reset the score here, and a clean slate for both sides. Had a couple of great comprehensive family dental digs, especially on that final point. You thought the Rebels might be able to steal it. They were down 24-20 and got a pair of points in a row. However, the Rangers would smack it down for a kill to end the Rich hopes of a comeback and claim the first set as their own. 2 balls rolled over to Kyla Pollard. She'll opt to just use 1 ball. And we are ready to go here for set number 2. Rebels trail 1-0. Pollard's serve is an easy one. Handle for Smith. Cornelius sets up for Lamborn, who hits into a wall. And they'll call an error on the Rebels. So once again, the first point goes to the Rangers. They lead 1-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Substitution for Kemmerer as Aspen Pollard checks in. Smith now bumping it up. Cornelius setting. Peart hitting it hard. And it is out of bounds. A point for Kemmerer. They add on to their lead. It's only a young one, though. 2-0. Here's Pollard to serve again. Goes to Smith in the middle. Cornelius sets up for Peart, who just barely taps it across. Now Nelson setting it over. And a soft Bear Lake Realty kill for the Rangers. Coach Lamborn ushering in McKee as her side trails 3-0. Cornea comes out. And the Rebels once again finding themselves down 3-0 to start the set. Just like in the first, and a short serve. Sage Tingy can't handle it enough to get it up in the air, and it's a Crawford Trough service ace for Kemmerer. They now lead 4-0 here in the second set. The Rebels a little surprised what's going on. Here's McKee to set, a good set by TJ, only for Lamborn to punch it into the net. And the Rebels now find themselves in a big hole. It's 5-0 Rangers to start the second set. Here's Pollard to serve, and her serve is out of play. And the Rangers catch a break. I beg your pardon, the Rebels catch a break. It's 5-1 Rangers on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here is Lamborn to serve. Her serve is, just sneaking itself in on the line for a Crawford Trough service ace. Kemmerer thought it was too deep, but the line judge differs. And it is now 5-2. Rebels trail by 3 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here's Lamborn to serve, and it's a Nemo. It goes into the net for a point for Kemmerer. The lead is back to 4. It's 6-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here is Plowman, the senior, to serve for Kemmerer. Her serve is an error just like Lamborn's, and we're back to a 3-point game. It is 6-3 Rangers over the Rebels. Annie Peart, the junior, will serve for Rich. Runs, hits, and a good comprehensive family dental dig to keep it alive for Kemmerer. It's all setting up for McKenna Stacy, who blasts it across. It goes partially into the wall, but deflects to the floor for a Rebels point. McKenna Stacy gets the kill, a Bear Lake Realty kill, and it's now 6-4. Rebels trail by 2. Here's Annie Peart, and that is bumped barely across the line. Rebels struggling and scavenging around to keep it alive. Nevertheless, it hits the floor, and it's a point for the Rangers, who now lead by 3. It is 7-4 Kemmerer on the Station on Main scoreboard in set number 2. The serve by Kemmerer, handled by Tingy, not a great pass, and the Rebels can only knock it across. Here come the Rangers. Nelson hitting it hard. A great comprehensive family dental dig by Brittany Lamborn. Goes all the way across. And now TJ to set it up for Stacy. And a Bear Lake Realty kill for McKenna Stacy. Rebels back within 2. It is 7-5. Rangers won the first set 25-22. They now lead by 2 here in set number 2. 7-5 your score on the Station on Main scoreboard. There's a conversation here between the official and Kemmerer. See, when Lamborn hit Nelson's shot back across the net, it went really high, and for a moment you might have thought it hit the ceiling, which would have been a point for Kemmerer had it fallen on the Kemmerer side, which it did. Here we go. Lamborn passing it up to McKee, who sets up Stacy. Stacy doesn't use all the power in her cannon. Lamborn passes up to McKee. We're going back and forth a little bit. And that's McKenna Stacy doing what she does best, pushing the ball to the floor. That's her 7th kill. She is on fire, and we're within 1 now. Rebels trail 7-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. McKee with a great serve, a low serve, and a powerful one. It goes into the net on the response, and the Rebels have tied the game 7-7. At one point, they trailed 5-0, and they've gone on a 7-2 run to equal the score. McKee serves. It's too deep. It's a point for Kemmerer, who retake the lead 8-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Olivia Nelson to serve for Kemmerer. Nelson serves, a strong serve, handled by Lamborn at first. McKee sets, and Lamborn behind the net, behind the 10-foot line, can only knock it over. McKee setting it up for Huffaker. Huffaker hits it well, but it goes right to the face of Nelson, who's able to use 2 hands to keep it alive. And the Rebels, on their 4th hit, are able to get it over, but you only get 3 hits in volleyball. Rebels are making an argument. I'm not sure what it's about, but does not matter. It's a point for the Rangers, 9-7 the score. And that service from Nelson is too deep, a Rebel point. 9-8 now. Rebels trail by 1. Here's the serve by Stacy, a strong serve into the far corner. All sets up for a Ranger attack. It's too deep, and we're all even at 9 apiece. This one, similar to the first set, is going to be close all the way through. Here's Stacy on the serve. Stacy's serve goes to Nelson, who passes it up front, only to face an epic recreation block by Huffaker and Tingy. Here come the Rangers, and it's partially blocked and goes out of play. Huffaker got a piece of it, but not enough of it, and Kemmerer retakes the lead. It's 10-9 Rangers. Back to serve is Kinsey Painter, the libero. She lofts it over. McKee sets up for Lamborn. It's partially blocked, actually gets over completely. So the Rebels restart. And that time Lamborn just punches it over and finds an open part of hardwood for a Rebel point. Huffaker checks out for Mackenzie Smith. We're all even at 10-10. Smith to serve after just checking in. Good service by Mackenzie Smith, sends Nelson flying, but it keeps it alive. And now the Rebels inadvertently hit it too far over, teeing up a smackdown by the Rangers, who retake the lead, 11-10 the score. Rebels have barely led all afternoon. They have not taken a lead here in the second set. They momentarily had a 1-point lead in the first set, but that's it. McKee setting up for Lamborn, who hits, and the Rangers are able to work with it. However, Kyla Pollard can only hit it into the net, and it's a point for Rebels, who have retied it 11-11. Now can Rich get over this hump? They've tied it multiple times, but have given the lead right back. Sage Tingy hits. It goes to Nelson in the far right corner. She tees it up for Pollard, and that's Stacy hitting it up and too deep. Had the entire team chasing after it, but it hits the floor before anyone can get there. And the Rebels now trail by 1 again. It's 12-11 Rangers. This has got to be frustrating for Coach Lamborn to see her side continue to tie the game but not take the lead. McKee setting it up for Peart. Peart hits it well and hard, but Pollard dives to keep it alive. Now, resulting in Kenley Plowman hitting it out of play for a Rebel point. And here we go again. It's Groundhog Day. We're tied up 12-12. Lamborn serves, goes deep, and that's where Pollard is to handle it. Teeing up for Nelson, who hits it hard but too deep. And Kemmerer appeals for a tip, and it was, according to the officials. They changed their mind, I suppose, so the Rangers end up getting the point. It's 13-12 over the Rebels. Back to serve is Plowman, the senior for the Rangers. She serves. Smith and Tingy combine to pass it up, and it's Peart who hits it and tipped around. A huge epic recreation block by Annie Peart and McKee. They're pumped up as they should be. Equalizes the score at 13 all. Peart serves for the Rich. Rangers setting it up for Nelson. She hits hard, and it's tipped up by Peart, who goes out of play. And the Rebels once again give the lead back to Kemmerer. 14-13 the score. Here in our second set, Rebels lost the first set 25-22. McKee passes towards the net. It's a dump set there from McKenna Stacy. Stacy passes it up back to McKee, who gives it back to Stacy, who hits it hard into a block. Nelson in there on the block, and the Rebels now trail by 2. First time we've had a 2-point margin in quite some time. It's 15-13, Rangers over the Rebels. Service goes to Tingy, who's at her knees to deal with it. And then it's Huffaker who barely taps it over, and Nelson deflects it out of play for a Rebels point. So once again, we're back to a 1-point game. It's 15-14 Kemmerer. Service by McKee is a good one. It goes deep to Painter. Stacy able to handle the offense. She tees it up and hits it. And McKenna Stacy's too strong on that shot as it goes out the end for a Ranger point. 16-14 Kemmerer. Their leads back to 2. Olivia Nelson to serve. Her serve is a low one. Lamborn dived for it, and she's able to get to it, and Stacy can only pass it across. Here come the Rangers. The ball's on their end of the court, and they pass it over on their third hit as well. Now Stacy teeing it up for Huffaker, who hits it well, but the Rangers are ready for it. Nelson hitting it way too hard, hits a cheerleader, and it's a point for Rich. 16-15, we're back to a 1-point game. These two sides are going to keep it airtight here. McKenna Stacy's serve is out for a Ranger point. Their lead is up to 2 again. It's 17-15 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Back to serve is Kinsey Painter, the libero. She lollipops it over. McKee sets it up for Lamborn, who hits it well, but a comprehensive family dental dig, and another one out of the net. Oh, 2 great digs by Kemmerer, one out of the net. However, it's Plowman who mishandles it, hits the floor, and the Rangers give the point to Rebels. On the scoreboard, they made an error and gave it to Kemmerer. They have to fix that. It is 17-16, Rich. Smith serves, rolls over the tape, and wow, Nelson plays it back across, and the Rangers take the point. It is now 16-18. However, the scoreboard here, okay, they've corrected it. Good. As I correct mine on the mylocalradio.com stream. McKee sets it up, and that's Peart who just punches it over, and that's a Bear Lake Realty kill for Annie Peart. Rebels trail by 1. It's 17-18 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in set number 2. Hatch checks in. We don't see her too often in the varsity level, but she's serving now, and she serves it into the net. And that's all we'll see for Hatch for now. She checks out for Sage Tingy. It's 19-17. Kemmerer over Rich. Service by Kemmerer. Goes across, and now Lamborn does not hit it well enough. She got the side of the ball, and it hits her end of the court. Rangers now lead by 3. It's 20-17 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here's Kyla Pollard to serve. Tingy awkwardly bats it up in the air, and that's all Lamborn can do now as she bumps it across. Nelson hits it hard, but too hard. Goes out the end for a Rebels point. They're back within 2. It's 20-18, Kemmerer. Lamborn to serve for Rich. Her service is a good one, goes deep, and Kemmerer now on the offense. It is a huge comprehensive family dental dig. And another one. Are you kidding me? A pair of great digs by Lamborn and Tingy. And now the Rebels can take a breath. Tingy passes it up. McKee sets. Peart hits to the corner. We have a rally going, and Peart gets the Bear Lake Realty kill. Sage Tingy and Brittany Lamborn with amazing comprehensive family dental digs to keep this point alive, and the Rebels are within one. It's 20-19 Kemmerer. And a Crawford Trough service ace for Brittany Lamborn has leveled the score at 20. Kemmerer calls timeout. We're all even at 20 apiece here in set 2. We'll take a timeout of our own. Don't go anywhere. We've got an exciting finish in store.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Sabian, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Ken Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say, Go Red Rebels!
Welcome back here to Rich High. We have a tie game in our second set. Rebels dropped the first set 25-22, and they have erased a deficit and have made their way back into the second set. We're all even at 20, and for the first time, the Rebels could take the lead today. Or could take the lead for the first time, I should say. We've been tied multiple times, but now Lamborn to serve. Her serve's a good one. Goes deep to Painter, and Painter knocks it out of play, and the Rebels have the lead. It's 21-20 Rich. They trailed by 3, 20-17 at one point, but have gotten 4 straight points, and now take the lead by 1. And the Rebels take another point as Kemmerer can only knock it into the net. It's 22-21, 22-20 Rich. On the station on main scoreboard, here's Lamborn to serve, but for the moment, Jen Nielsen, the coach for Kemmerer, is talking to her team / the official about something. I'm not sure what, but the disagreement or the conversation ends peacefully, and we're ready to restart the match. Here's Brittany Lamborn, the junior, to serve. Barely trickles over the net. She gets the luck of the net gods. And that's a Crawford Trough service ace, her 4th. And the Rebels are 2 points away from evening it out to 1 set apiece. Lamborn, such a dangerous server. There's a deep serve, and it goes to Pollard. A dump set across by Nelson. Stacy hits from the back leg. Rangers keep it going, though. Nelson just pokes it across as the entirety of the Rebel offense was split out between the net and the back line. It finds the hardwood for a Kemmerer point, who now trail by 2. It's 23-21 Rich here in set number 2 on the station on main scoreboard. Service from Kemmerer goes to Sage Tingy. McKee sets up for Stacy, who goes into a block, but that block gives the ball an out-of-bounds path. And it's now set point for the Rebels. It's 24-21. Coach Lamborn wants to have Dixie Huffaker check in for Mackenzie Smith. For the moment, the entire gym froze as the official blew his whistle, but we are ready to go. Set point for the Rebels, 24-21. Peart with a good serve, goes across to Pollard. All sets up, and the Rebels keep it alive. No, they'll say hit the floor. It was McKenna Stacy diving for it, and for a moment we thought it was a great dig, but ultimately it goes to the Rangers, 24-22. The score, Rebels up 2 on the station on main scoreboard. Sydney Neria, the sophomore, serves for Kemmerer. Goes across for Tingy, who deals with it at her knees. Stacy hits hard into a block, and then Lamborn with a ginormous comprehensive family dental dig. Here come the Rangers. They can only pass it across. Tingy passes up to McKee, who sets up for Stacy once again, who once again hits it into a block. Here's Huffaker, and she gets a big Bear Lake Realty kill to win the side. 25-22, Rich wins the second set. What a finish. The Rebels erased a 20-17 deficit, would go on to score the next 8 points, 8 of 10 points. And we move into the third set, all even at 1 set apiece. We'll take a quick break here, and then when we come back, we have an exciting finish here as we move into the third set, which is brought to you by Rich County Government. Don't go anywhere, Rebel fans. Rich wins the second set 25-22.
The Brown and Gold Outlet, the official retail partner of Wyoming Athletics, will be at Cowboy Days at the Uintah County Fairgrounds until 6 p.m. today. Whether it be a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, pullover, hat, beanie, face covering, flag, or sticker, the Brown and Gold has it. Adidas, Nike, Under Armour, Champion, and more. Come see the Brown and Gold Outlet today at the Uintah County Fairgrounds until 6 p.m. Can't make it? We're always open online at brownandgold.com. The Brown and Gold Outlet, we are Wyoming.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by Cat Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at Cat Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
Go Rich Rebels!
Here are your stats for that second set. Rich had 8 kills, all of them coming, McKenna Stacy up to 8 kills now, I should say. Her and Olivia Nielsen are going back and forth in a duel, both with 8 total kills, and that's the story right now. It's Olivia Nielsen versus McKenna Stacy, each with 8 kills. As for service errors, Rich had 4 in the second set. Kemmerer had 3. Rich had 11 unforced errors in total, and Kemmerer had 12 of their own. And as always, I want to thank Rob Leifson, my cameraman and statistician, to help me keep things in order here. We are ready for the third set. We'll reset our score. It's 0-0. Rebels lost the first set 25-22 and then reversed it in the second. They won the second set 25-22. So each side with a set of their own as we move into our Rich County Government third set. It's Brittany Lamborn to serve. Lamborn, such a strong server for the Rebels, so consistent, and she lives up to the praise there with a powerful serve across. Shot by Kemmerer goes out of play for a Rebels point, and for the first time today, Rich gains the first point of the set. They lead 1-0. Lamborn to serve, the junior, and Lamborn gets a Crawford Trough service ace. Kinsey Painter thought it was going to go out. It does not. It barely gets a piece of the line. It's 2-0 Rich on the Station on Main scoreboard. Lamborn, the junior, serves. Painter goes to her knees for it. A dump set across by Kemmerer. Lamborn lays out, but her pass is out of the way of anyone on their team. It's a point for Kemmerer. They reduced the lead to just 1. It's 2-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rich ahead early here in our Rich County Government third set. A service error from Kyla Pollard gives the Rebels a point. It's 3-1 Rich now. Mackenzie Smith checks out for Dixie Huffaker. Huffaker always brings so much energy the moment she steps on the court. Peart, hard serve but low into the net. A point there for Kemmerer. We're back to a 1-point game. It's 3-2 Rich. Now Plowman to serve for the Rangers. Run, jump, set, and she hits it into the net. A point for Rich. Their lead back to 2, 4-2 for J.C. Cornea now as she gets ready to serve. Cornea for Rich serves across, partially handled by Pollard, and a scrambling effort from Kemmerer, able to get the ball across, though. Cornea sets up for Sage Tingy. Tingy knocks it over. Here comes Kemmerer. Rebels handle it at first now. Cornea sets up for McKenna Stacy. Stacy blasts to the back line, but Pollard with a dig keeps it going. Now Sage Tingy setting for Huffaker near the net, and that's too easy for Nelson as she towers over Huffaker and she just pummels the ball down Rich's throat. However, the Rebels still have a slim lead. It's 4-3 here in our Rich County Government third set. A short serve by Sydney Niera, and the Rebels point 5-3. Rebels lead by 2 here in our third set. It's 1 set each after 2. Stacy with a strong serve, and then a huge dig, but it goes into the officials' direction, and a point for Kemmerer. It's 5-4. We're back to a 1-point game. It was similar to the second set. However, this time it's Rich who's on top, and Kemmerer trying to get over the hump. Nielsen serves. And Nielsen, the Rebels hit it into a Nielsen block, I should say, to level the score at 5 apiece. Olivia Nielsen doing a great job so far as her serve goes over to McKenna Stacy. Cornea sets it up for Sage Tingy, who has her potential kill dug up. Now Cornea setting behind the 10-foot line, and that's all Stacy can do as she hits it hard, but too hard and out of play. A point for Kemmerer gives them a lead for the first time in the third set. It's 6-5 now, Kemmerer on the Station on Main scoreboard. Olivia Nielsen serves over. Cornea is setting for Rich as Lamborn strikes. It's partially deflected, and they'll say Kemmerer went over the net, and it's a point for Rich. All tied at 6s now. Huffaker checks out for Smith. Mackenzie Smith, the junior, in service. From her feet, serves it across. Here comes the Rangers. Their shot is partially deflected, and now the Rebels have some answers of their own. Painter passes up front, and then Nielsen just bumps it across. Now Cornea setting for Lamborn, who just pokes it over, catches the entire defense jumping. Opts to go with finesse instead of power, and it plays off. It's a point for Rich. They retake the lead. It's 7-6 Rebels. We're in our Rich County Government third set. The Rebels lost the first set and then won the second set. Service by Smith sends Nielsen to her knees. She dump sets it over. Now Cornea sets it up for Lamborn. Hits into a block, but it's able to stay on the other side of the net. And here come the Rangers. They send it over for Nielsen. And that's Cornea dump setting it over. And Painter sent it towards the net. No one was there. A miscommunication. Rangers unhappy with themselves, but it results in a Rebels point, and the lead's up to 2 for Rich. 8-6 your score on the Station on Main scoreboard. Mackenzie Smith to serve again for Rich. From her feet, strikes it across. Rangers passing it around and then pass it across harmlessly. Cornea setting it up for Annie Peart, the junior, and Peart gets a Bear-like realty kill. The Rebels lead now by 3. It's 9-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Smith continues to serve for Rich. From her feet, hits it across. And Painter can't handle it. Too hot for her. It's a Crawford Trough service ace, and the Rebels lead 10-6. Coach Nielsen wants to talk things over. She takes a T7 propane timeout, as will we. Rebels lead 10-6.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by Cat Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at Cat Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
Go Rich!
We got our Bear Lake Realty fan cam on, and a good showing here for Rich as the game has gone on. The crowd has filled in. The Rebels traveled extremely well to Bear Lake on Thursday night. A great student section showing. Here we go. Smith serves it across. And a one-handed dig from McKenna Stacy. An excellent one, too. And then Lamborn's shot is deflected out of play for a Bear Lake Realty kill, and the Rebels continue to score in bunches here. It's 11-6 now, Rebels. Smith, her serving does not stop. On the far side, it's Gray hitting. It goes into the net. It's a epic recreation block, potentially. We'll call it one anyway. It's now a 6-point margin in favor of your Rich Rebels, 12-6 to be exact on the Station on Main scoreboard. Smith serves. It sends Pollard to her knees. Then a backwards hit from Neria. A soft touch across the net by Lamborn, and the two sides have a bit of a rally going. Here's Cornea setting it up for Peart, who loads up, but she has her shot deflected. It goes out of play. Kemmerer unhappy with the call. I've got to be honest, the naked eye for myself thought it was not deflected, and that's what the Rangers argue, but it does not matter. They don't keep score. It's 13-6 Rebels. There's the serve from Smith. Gray for the Rangers hits it out of play. They are beside themselves. They want the call to go their way. They thought Rich tipped it. The referees disagree. The lead's up to 8 now. It's 14-6 Rich as Smith continues to keep serving. She gets a Crawford-Trough service ace. A meltdown is in effect now for the Rangers. They have let this game get away from them. It's 15-6 the Rebels. We were tied at 6-6 at one point. Now it's 15-6. I'll let you do the math. Smith serves across again, and everything is going Rich's way as the sophomore Neria sets it right into the net and then hits the floor for a Rebels point, who now have a 10-point lead. We had never seen a lead more than 5 through the first 2 sets. We have doubled it now. Smith serves, goes to Painter, who deals with it at her knees. And Neria strikes and has her shot deflected out of play for a Rangers point. The bleeding ends. Rangers now trail by 9 at 16-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Painter to serve across. Smith handles it at her knees. Lamborn strikes. It's deflected out by the back. And the Rebels get the point to retake a 10-point margin. It's 17-7 Rich. We're in our Rich County Government third set. Rebels lost the first set 25-22 and then won the second set by the same score, 25-22. McKee in for Rich. She serves, a strong serve, hardly over the net, and it's a Crawford-Trough service ace as Nielsen passes it to the floor. A ace for McKee gives the Rebels an 18-7 lead. Audrey Cassidy comes out of the game for Kemmerer for Sydney Neria. McKee's serve goes to Nelson. She can handle it this time, though. Sets it up in the far side, and that was really hot. That was a comet coming at McKee's hands, and her sides laugh as there was nothing she could do on that. It's a point after Neria gets the kill. 18-8. Rebels still have a 10-point lead. Here in our Rich County Government third set, both sides winning one set thus far. A rainbow serve goes over. Now the Rebels deal with it. Cornea setting over for Peart. She gets a Bear Lake Realty kill. Annie Peart having a fine afternoon, to say the least. It's now a 19-8 lead for Rich. They really exploded in the middle frame here in the third set. We were tied at 6-6, and then it turned into 16-6. Lamborn serving for Rich. It sends Kemmerer scrambling around. Now Cornea sets it up for McKenna Stacy, who has it partially blocked, but it hits the Kemmerer half of the court for a Rebel point. 20-8 is your score. Rebels have blown this one wide open. They lead by 12 in the third set. Lamborn to serve, barely gets across. Rangers deal with it, set it across. And Audrey Cassidy, the junior, finds an open part of the floor for a point for Kemmerer to bring her side within 11. It's still 20, though, to 11. 20 to 9. Kyla Pollard to serve. Her serve goes to right down the middle to Smith. Cornea sets it up for Stacy, who hits it into a wall, but the wall sends it out of play. It's a point for the Rebels, who have grown the lead up to 21 to 9. They are 4 points away from claiming the third set. Here's the serve by Peart. It puts the Rangers in a scramble. Stacy hits it hard. It gets bounced around a couple times, then hits the floor for a Rebels point. 22 to 9 your score. Rebels on top on the Station on Main scoreboard in our Rich County Government third set. Annie Peart to serve. Her service goes to Pollard, who can't handle it well. Passes it out of play for a Crawford Trough ace. The Rebels are 2 points away from taking a 2-1 lead. They lead 23 to 9 in third set. Peart hits it into the top of the net for a service error. It's a point for Kemmerer, who trail by 13. It's 23 to 10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Back to serve is Plowman, the senior. Plowman runs, jumps, and hits across. Sending McKee flying to the floor. Huffaker hits. However, Pollard can handle it for the Kemmerer Rangers. Now Cornea setting for Stacy, who hits it hard, and that's another Bear Lake Realty kill. It's hard to keep track of McKenna Stacy's kills. They come in bunches, and she's got 12, Rob Leifson tells me. Here's set point, 24 to 10. Service goes across. Rangers setting up for Nielsen, who hit it hard, and she gets a kill of her own. At this point, it's hard to envision there would be much of a comeback here from the Kemmerer Rangers as they trail 24-11 in the third set. Back to serve is Neria, the sophomore, playing up at the varsity level. She hits it over. Lamborn passes up front to Cornea, who sets up Stacy. Stacy's her shot is partially blocked, and then the Rangers deal with it. Cornea with a comprehensive family dental dig to keep it alive for the Rebels. Then Peart with one hand just blasted across from the 10-foot line. Now the Rangers sending it over. A one-handed punch to the sky by Cornea. Sets up for Huffaker, who hits. And a rally is underway now. Here's Nielsen just passing it across. Cornea passes it up. Tingy sets. Stacy hits. And it's kept alive by Painter. There's Gray on the far side. She taps it over. Now Sage Tingy hitting. Huffaker taps it across. And that's too easy for McKenna Stacy. She gets an epic recreation block and punishes it to the floor for a Rebels point. Rich takes the third set commandedly, 25-11. Your final, Rich wins 2 straight sets to set up a fourth set, a potential game-winning match set for the Rebels. We'll take a quick break here. The Rebels win, though, 25-11 in the third set.
The Brown and Gold Outlet, the official retail partner of Wyoming Athletics, will be at Cowboy Days at the Uintah County Fairgrounds until 6 p.m. today. Whether it be a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, pullover, hat, beanie, face covering, flag, or sticker, the Brown and Gold has it. Adidas, Nike, Under Armour, Champion, and more. Come see the Brown and Gold Outlet today at the Uintah County Fairgrounds until 6 p.m. Can't make it? We're always open online at brownandgold.com. The Brown and Gold Outlet, we are Wyoming.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
The Brown and Gold Outlet, the official retail partner of Wyoming Athletics, will be at Cowboy Days at the Uintah County Fairgrounds until 6 p.m. today. Whether it be a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, pullover, hat, beanie, face covering, flag, or sticker, the Brown and Gold has it. Adidas, Nike, Under Armour, Champion, and more. Come see the Brown and Gold outlet today at the Uinta County Fairgrounds until 6 p.m. Can't make it? We're always open online at brownandgold.com. The Brown and Gold outlet, we are Wyoming.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Welcome to Rich High for our 4th set today between the Rebels and the Kemmerer Rangers. We'll quickly give you a brief recap if you're just joining us. The Rebels dropped the first set 25-22 in a really close battle, and then they won the second set 25-22. However, the third set I think was a bit of an anomaly. The Rebels at one point were tied 6-6 with the Rangers and then went on a 10-point run to take a 16-6 lead. They never looked back during that run. They would go on to win the third set 25-11. I'm going to go on record and say that's the biggest lopsided set of the Rebels season thus far, if memory serves me correctly. Here we go, though. The Rebels had 12 kills in that third set. That's the same amount as the first and second set combined. We have the fourth set underway here. Cornea sets up for Peart, who hits, but hits into a deflection, into a point, a Bear Lake Realty kill. The Rebels take the first point. McKenna Stacy is up to 12 kills on the afternoon. Only 2 service errors from the second in the third set for Rich. Brittany Lamborn will serve now for the Rebels. Her serve's a good one, goes across for Pollard to deal with. Then Nielsen hits, partially blocked, but the Rebels can keep control of it. Cornea sets up for Stacy, who hits into a block, and now we restart things. Peart hits it deep to the end of the line. That sends Lamborn flying on a Ranger shot to the back line, and the Rebels take the point. It's 2-0 after Kemmerer played it out of play. Rebels lead 2-1. If they win this, they win the match. We have a long way to go there here as we are still early in the fourth set. Lamborn serves. That sends Pollard to her knees. All for Plowman to knock it across. Stacy loads up, hits. It's deflected, they'll say. Yes, as it went out of play. So it's a point for the Rebels, who have raced out to an early 3-0 lead. Kemmerer raced out to a 3-0 lead in both the first and second set. Now the Rebels getting a share of their own. Rich. Cornea sets. Peart hits the back line. It's not handled well by Pollard. It's a point for Rich, who have a 4-0 lead on the Station on Main scoreboard here in the fourth set. Lamborn to serve again. Brittany Lamborn, the junior, pushes it deep to the other part of the court. Smith passing up front to Cornea. Stacy loading up and hitting. It sends a Ranger to the floor. Stacy does the same again, and that time she gets the kill. McKenna Stacy with her 13th kill, 14th. And the Rebels have a 5-0 lead. Lamborn to serve once again. On the far side for Plowman. And they'll say it went out. Yep. Rebels take the point, 6-0, and Coach Nielsen calls timeout, a T7 propane timeout. So we will take a timeout of our own. Keep it right here on Rebel Radio. Rebels up 6-0.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Rebels have a 6-0 lead over the Kemmerer Rangers in the fourth set, which they lead 2-1. Here's Lamborn to serve for Rich. Goes across. And we are ready to resume action here after Coach Nielsen calls timeout for the Rangers. Here with her looking for her 9th kill, but the Rebels will take the point after an unforced error. It is 7-0, Rich. This is the best start we've seen for either side through 4 sets. Lamborn continues to serve. Nielsen hits the ball into an epic recreation block by McKenna Stacy and Annie Peart. They build another brick on that wall. It's 8-0, Rich. Here come the Rangers. Nielsen loads up. It's partially tipped. That sends Mackenzie Smith flying into her own bench. However, she opts not to lay out, and probably a smart choice. It's all worth just 1 point. Now it's 8-1. Kemmerer on the board for the first time in the fourth set. They need to win this set, and they have fallen behind greatly here early on. They trail by 7. Kinsey Painter, the senior, serves over and serves out. Served it too wide, not too deep. You don't often see that on serves. The Rebels bring their lead back to 8. It's 9-1. Here's Annie Peart. She serves over. Painter passes it up. It was Nielsen hitting it across. It sent 3 or 4 Rebels to the floor. Neither one could really get it. It's a Bear Lake Realty kill for Nielsen, who trims the lead back to 7. It's 9-2, Rich, in the fourth set on the Station on Main scoreboard. Sage Tingey passes up for Cornea. Stacy loads up. It's Gray hitting it up, and the Rangers can only knock it across now. Tingey passes it up front to the setter Cornea for Huffaker to hit. Huffaker gets the Bear Lake Realty kill as Painter gets one hand to it, and the ball hits the floor. Rebels lead now 10-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. They lead 2-1, winning the second and third set. J.C. Cornea serves. A good serve goes to Painter deep and down the middle. Gray on the far side loads up. They're going to argue it's tipped. They're not going to win that argument. Nope, they will. It was too deep of a hit, but they'll say it was tipped by a Rebel. So the Rebels now only lead by 7. It's 10-3. Nielsen serves over. Cornea setting up for McKenna Stacy, who runs into a wall. An epic recreation block by the Rangers. Give themselves a point to trim the lead to 6. It's now 10-4 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. Olivia Nielsen serves over, and a poor pass from Lamborn puts Cornea in a tough spot as that ball hits the net. And now it's a 5-point game. It's 10-5, Rich. Olivia Nielsen continuing to serve. That one trickles barely over the net. Tingey sets up for Huffaker, who can only do a dump set across. And a potential block, no. Rebels able to deal with it, though, as Cornea sets it across, and the Rangers weren't ready for it. After hitting a couple of hands and shins and knees, it's a Rebels point. 11-5 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. They lead 2-1, and a win in the fourth set would get them a 3-1 win overall. Here's Gray on the far side. She hits into a Rebel block. Huffaker passes it up for Lamborn, who hits into a wall as well, and a couple epic recreation blocks as Huffaker does not hit it hard enough. Into the net it goes. A point for the Rangers, who trail by 5. It's 11-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Back to serve is Kalia Gray. Gray hits across. A rainbow serve goes to Peart. And now Cornea sets up for Sage Tingey, who runs into a tall wall built by the Rangers. An epic recreation block brings Kemmerer within 4. It's 11-7. Gray serves. It goes to Peart deep down the middle. Cornea sets up for Lamborn. Lamborn uses finesse, and the big hole in the middle of the defense gives the Rebels a point. 12-7, we're back to a 5-point game. Rebels on top over the Rangers. Dixie Huffaker checks out for the serving Mackenzie Smith. Smith serves, low serve. Nielsen handles it, but it goes to the net. And the Rebels take the point on a Crawford-Trough service ace from Mackenzie Smith. It is now 13-7. The lead's up to 6 for Rich. At one point, they led as by as many as 8. It was 8-0 to open up this fourth set. That's Plowman on the far side, and she gets a Bear Lake Realty kill as the Rebels could not respond to her strike. 13-8, Rebels over the Rangers. Back to serve is Aspen Pollard, the senior. Pollard serves. A high arcing serve. Cornea setting for Annie Peart. Her hit is deflected out of play. It's a Rebels point. And we're back to a 6-point game. It's 14-8 Rich here in the fourth set. Rich leading 2-1 after winning sets 2 and 3. You're listening to Rebel Radio. Here's McKee. Good serve for McKee, strong and low. And somehow the Rangers keep it alive. Lamborn loads up. It's partially tipped. And a error on the Kemmerer Rangers gives the Rebels a point, who have now grown their lead up to 7. It's 15-8 Rich here in the fourth set. McKee serves again. Strong serve. An awkward return from Nielsen goes across the net. The Rebels deal with it, though, and send it back, only for Kemmerer to find a hole in the corner and pick up the point on a Bear Lake Realty kill. 15-9 the score now. Rebels still in charge. Kyla Pollard serves. Stacy passes up for Cornea, who tees up Annie Peart on a Bear Lake Realty kill as she finds a hole in the defense. It is now 16-9 Rich. If they win this set, they win the match. And at the moment, it looks as if it's going to go that way. Lamborn serves. It's a deep serve. Kemmerer has difficulty dealing with it, but they knock it over. Now Cornea passes it up for McKenna Stacy, and Stacy gets another Bear Lake Realty kill as it goes off the fingertips of a Ranger. It is now 17-9 Rich. Here's Brittany Lamborn. Lamborn, the junior, hits over. Rangers keep it going, setting it up for Olivia Nielsen, who gets a second shot at it as her first shot was blocked. And then Lamborn passes it out of play for a Rangers point, who have trimmed the lead down to 7 only. It's 17-10. Back to serve is Kinsey Painter. Painter's serve goes to Smith in the middle. Cornea sets. McKenna strikes up. It's handled by Painter. Nielsen with a backwards pass across the net. And that is, once again, Cornea setting up a teammate of hers. Annie Peart, though, too much strength behind her shot. It goes out of play. The score is down to 17-11. Rebels still ahead. McKee sends Annie Peart flying as her pass off the initial serve went wide and out of play. 17-12. Rebels lead by 5. We have a T7 propane timeout, so we'll take a timeout of our own. Rebels lead by 5 on the station on main scoreboard, 17-12.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service, and great prices come together. Call Freeway Tire at 307-789-8632. And by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
We welcome you back to Rich High for the continuation of this fourth set of Rebel Volleyball. They lead the Kemmerer Rangers 17-12 and lead overall 2-1. Painter serves, goes deep for Smith to handle, then Cornea for Rich sets, and that is a McKenna Stacy hit across, but the Rangers can deal with it for now. That's Nielsen at the net for Kemmerer. She pokes it over, and Stacy loads up once again, and she makes them pay on the second attempt. She yet gets another Bear Lake Realty kill. It is up to a 6-point lead for Rich. They lead 18-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Back to serve for the Rebels. It's the junior Annie Peart. Annie runs, jumps, and hits. And a difficult shot for Pollard to deal with, but the Rangers somehow do, and they get it across for the Rebels to go on the offensive march. And that's Dixie Huffaker, who finds an open patch of hardwood in the back line for a Bear Lake Realty kill for Dixie. The Rebels now lead by 7. It's 19-12. If they win this fourth set, they will win 3-1. Peart hits, goes to Pollard. Lambourne, I beg your pardon. Nielsen sets it across. Huffaker strikes. That's McKenna Stacy. I have butchered 2 names in a row there. McKenna Stacy gets the kill. What's she up to, Rob? Probably 17 Bear Lake Realty kills for McKenna Stacy. It is now 20-12 Rebels. Here's Nielsen hitting. It goes into a partially built Rebel wall. And then Dixie Huffaker strikes it down with power, and that may be our McKay Frankham precision play of the game. There was not a lot of room in the hole of the defense, but Huffaker found it for a Bear Lake Realty kill. The Rebels need 4 points to win the match. It's 21-12. There's Gray for Kemmerer, and the Rangers are falling apart at the seams here. It's 22-12. They really dominated that first set. They let the Rebels have the lead just one time, but besides that, it's either tied or in the Rangers' favor. But since then, it's been pretty much all Rebels. That pass from the Rebels goes up to the ceiling. Huffaker plays it behind her. Nielsen sets up to herself. No, a dump set across by Jillian Tibbetts. And McKenna Stacy hit into a very tall wall. An epic recreation block for the Rangers, led by Olivia Nielsen, gives the Rangers a point. It is now 22-13. Rebels still very much in charge of this fourth set. Back to serve is Sini Niria. Her serve goes to McKee. Cornea setting, Huffaker tapping, sends a couple of Rangers flying, but they keep it alive, and then it is Nielsen giving a taste of their own medicine as she barely taps it across, and the Rebels do the same. However, they don't have the same luck. That ball hits the floor for a Rangers point. The lead is up to 22-14, Rich, an 8-point game. McKee passes it up front to Nielsen, up to Cornea, and that's McKenna Stacy getting her 18th Bear Lake Realty kill. It's a 23-14 game. Rebels look to close it out here and win 3-1, barring a major comeback. Cornea serves. Sends a Ranger to the floor who returns it across. A dump set by Tingy. There's Gray who can only hit it over. Cornea passes up front for Tingy to set. Huffaker hits. It goes to the back line for Pollard to deal with. Gray loads up, hits. It's Lambourne at the back line who passes it up front. And McKenna Stacy's going to appeal for a tip. Are they going to give it to her? No, they will not. It'll be a point for the Rangers. Well hit ball by McKenna Stacy, but untouched and too far. It is now a 23-15 game. Rebels lead by 8 in the fourth set. They lead 2-1. They are 2 points away from winning the match. Olivia Nielsen serves. It puts Lambourne on her knees. Stacy hits hard. It goes partially deflected, but the Rangers keep it going. Only for them to return to the other side. Now Cornea sets up for Stacy again, and Stacy gets a Bear Lake Realty kill. It danced across the line, across the top of the net for a moment before hitting the floor. It's a 9-point lead for the Rebels. They need 1 point to win the match. It'll be who else but McKenna Stacy to serve. Stacy runs, jumps, hits across, and an awkward elbow return by Olivia Nielsen. And it's going to be a point for the Rebels. It's deflected out of play, and it's a 25th point here in set number 4. Rich wins 25-15. They win 3-1. The Rebels will go into their Labor Day weekend with 3 straight wins on Thursday, Friday, and now Saturday. We'll take a quick break here, and then when we come back, we've got our Freaky Fast recap brought to you by Jimmy John's and our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. So keep it right here Rebels win 25-15, 3 sets to 1.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Welcome into our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Rebels win 3 sets to 1. They won the 4th set 25-15. Let's get our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap going. So we'll start at the first set. Rebels would drop the first set 25-22. It was pretty much all Kemmerer. They got out to a 3-0 lead and then nursed that slim lead for the entirety of the first set. Would go on to win 25-22. We move on to the second set, a similar story. At one point, the Rangers led 5-0 to open up the set. However, the Rebels would make the comeback and cut into that deficit. They would eventually take the lead and go on to win 25-22, so a 3-point margin in both the first and second set. Then in the third set, a completely different story. The Rebels and the Rangers were close to start, back and forth. However, out of nowhere, Rich explodes for a 10-point run. They go up 16-6. They never look back. They win 25-11, and that's the biggest deficit I've seen so far for the Rich Rebels this season. In the fourth set, though, a similar story as the third set. The wind got completely taken out of the Rangers' sails after that defeating and crushing third set. Rebels win 25-15. We have our Rob Leifson official stats of the game. McKenna Stacy leads the way with 19 kills, and it was Olivia Nielsen on the other end. Her and Stacy were tied with 8 kills after going into the second set. Then Nielsen hit a cold shot. She ended with 9 kills of her own. Rebels would have plenty of aces, 12 in total. 12 service errors, though. That's something that Coach Lamborn's going to want to work on. So Rebels win 3 sets to 1. That's our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Be sure to go check them out on Front Street in Evanston. I myself had a delicious Jimmy John's sandwich. It's always consistently good, so give them a try if you have not, or continue to give them your business as they continue to give us great sandwiches. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. We'll continue here on our post-game show brought to you by the Mound Valley Cattle Company. That's Todd and Thatcher Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. I beg your pardon, Todd Jensen. So we'll be right back here with more on our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Rebels win 3 sets to 1.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Welcome back to our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Rebels win over the Kemmerer Rangers 3 sets to 1. And as Rob Leifson just pointed out to me here as we move into our post-game highlights brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, in the first set, the Rebels had 4 kills. They doubled it in the second set with 8. They continued that trend. In the third set, they had 12 kills. And then in the fourth set, 18 kills. So you go from 4 to 8 to 12 to 18 through the first 4 sets, and that's really the story of this game. The Rebels, once they got comfortable, they began beating the ball down, taking the leather off of it, and the Rebels win 3-1. We had our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, and then our post-game highlights. We'll have our McKay Franken precision play of the game goes to Dixie Huffaker, who was able to find a very slim part of the defense, a hole in there, and a good Bear Lake Realty kill by her from Dixie Huffaker. So she is our winner for the McKay Franken precision play of the game. She'll win tickets to the movie theater out in Evanston. All right, we'll take one more quick break, and then when we come back, we'll wrap things up, put a bow on it. It's our Western Ag Credit calendar of what's coming up ahead. So keep it right here for all things Rich Rebels.
When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes good sense to work with a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Western Ag Credit is an independent cooperative owned by the farmers and ranchers who borrow from it. With competitive rates, your loan is tailored to match your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating expenses. When it comes to farming and ranching financing, Western Ag Credit in Evanston is your partner in agriculture. Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
All right, Rebel fans, let's wrap up our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Rich wins 3-1. They dropped the first set and then won the next 3. We'll go into a roundup calendar that's brought to you by Western Ag Credit. Coming up, it's a busy week up ahead for Rich, so we fast forward to next Friday. There's no volleyball game on Thursday, but we got a doubleheader home game next Friday, September 11th. Tabiona football, or Gunnison football at 4 p.m., and then move from the field into the gym for a Tabiona volleyball game. So Rebels welcome Gunnison for a 4 p.m. kickoff, and then Tabiona for a 7 p.m. first serve. I'll be doing the broadcast for both those games. Depending on what time the football games end and how quickly my legs are, we'll see when we get the broadcast going for Tabiona. And then the next day, the Rebels volleyball team travels to Manila for a 3:30 p.m. first serve, and that is our Western Ag Roundup calendar. All right, that will do it from us here from Rich High. Rebels win 3-1 over the Kemmerer Rangers. We appreciate you making Rebel volleyball a part of your Saturday afternoon. For my producer, Alyssa McDaniels, and my cameraman, Rob Laveson, I'm Matthew Peterson signing off. Rebels win 3-1.
You've been tuned in to Rich High School Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio KADQ FM 98.3 with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses and individuals: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On Inn in Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.